When you grew up with trauma, connection can be confusing. You can want friends more than anything, but at the same time, get uncomfortable, suspicious, or shut down when people start getting close. And it's not that you don't care. You do care, but dysregulation makes it hard to stay balanced when friendship gets real. You might start out strong and then suddenly feel drained or awkward or irritated, and before you know it, you've pulled back, or you've said something off, or you disappeared. And then you tell yourself, people always leave. But in reality, it's the trauma symptoms doing what they do, pushing people away, even when you don't mean to. So these behaviors, they're subtle. They come from old defenses that used to protect you, but now keep you alone. So let's walk through 5 that come up all the time for people with childhood PTSD. All right. Number 1, you cancel or disappear when you feel overwhelmed. And it's one of the clearest signs that you're dysregulated. You want to connect, you even make plans, but as the day gets closer, you start feeling stressed and foggy. You tell yourself, I'm tired, I'm not in the mood, and you bail out. Now that sense of relief that you get when you cancel, that is avoidance. It protects you from overstimulation, but it also keeps you isolated. And if this happens a lot, try catching it earlier. Instead of ghosting, just say something short and true. Just, I need a quieter day, but I'd still like to see you soon. That's how connection stays possible, when you hang in there, even when it stresses you out a bit. It gets easier when you practice. Number 2, your boundaries swing between too loose and too harsh. And a lot of people with trauma have no middle ground. You either give too much, trying to be liked, or you snap and you cut people off. Both are dysregulated reactions. Do you get dysregulated? There are some definite signs that it's happening, and you might recognize them in yourself. And if you want to see those, be sure to download my Signs of Dysregulation quiz. It's a free PDF, and I'll put the link to that in the top row of the description section right below this video. So let's say you weren't allowed to have consistent boundaries as a kid. So your system doesn't know what steady is, what it feels like. You can start practicing calm limits. You can say, that doesn't work for me, without guilt. You can step back from someone without slamming the door. Boundaries don't have to be all or nothing. When your boundaries are consistent, people trust you, and you start trusting yourself. Number 3 is, you hold on to draining or chaotic people. This is a big reason why people end up without good friends. If you grew up in chaos, it's easy to confuse intensity with closeness. And calm people, they can make you feel restless or judged or just out of place. Chaotic people feel familiar, but also because of our attachment wounds and fears of abandonment, once we become close with people who are troubled or mean, well, we have a hard time leaving those relationships. We get this idea in our minds that I can't leave, I'll never find anybody else, I better just hold on for dear life. So you stay in friendships that are one-sided or dramatic or exhausting because some part of you, just feels like it has to be. But feeling at home with all that trouble in your life, it's just old dysregulation, and it's an overly high tolerance for people not treating you well. You don't have to keep repeating this. So start doing a gut check and ask yourself how you feel around different people. If you leave every interaction tense or anxious or depleted, that's your signal. Let yourself get used to calm. It's not boring. It's what harmony feels like. You often can't feel the goodness in a calm state until you sit with it for a while and let that feeling kind of rise up in you. When you're very used to a lot of drama and chaos, it feels like nothing. So pause there. Stay still. Number 4 reason why you may not have friends is you share too much too soon. Now, when you've been lonely for a long time, it can feel natural to open up really fast, everything at once. You meet someone, and before you know it, you're telling your whole life story. I know, I've done it. It feels honest, but it's actually another trauma-driven behavior. It's a way to bond quickly so that you won't get rejected later. But that kind of oversharing can overwhelm people, and it can leave you feeling exposed. You can still be real. Just pace yourself. Share a little bit. Wait. See if the person responds with care. Then share a little more. That's what healthy connection looks like. It's mutual, it's balanced, it's titrated, it's earned over time. Number 5 is you don't repair after conflict. Now, conflict feels dangerous when you have trauma symptoms. Even a little disagreement can trigger panic and anger and, totally shutting down. So what do? We avoid it. You withdraw, or you go silent, or you go silent for a long time, and then when it's all too much, you blow up and you leave. But friendships can't survive without repair. When something goes wrong, you can say, I'm sorry, I didn't handle that well, or can we start over? You would be surprised how powerful it is to quickly apologize when you step on someone's toes. It's not groveling. It's not putting yourself beneath them. It's just learning to be honest when something feels awkward, or you think you offended someone, or just when things feel weird. Now, repair doesn't necessarily mean you've done anything wrong. It means you care about keeping the connection. And that's how trust is built. Not by being a perfect person, but just by coming back after something got weird. Now, what these 5 behaviors have in common is they all come from a need to practice basic social skills that you didn't learn at home, and dysregulation. Your nervous system is spending a lot of energy coping with the social triggers, the rejection, the awkwardness, the fear of criticism that feels to the traumatized part of you that it'll be more than you can handle. This doesn't happen in people who were well nurtured as kids. Connection comes naturally. But for those of us who need to learn to connect better now in adulthood, we need to practice it. And it works. Healing starts with awareness. When you catch yourself about to cancel something or overshare or shut someone out of your life, just pause. You don't have to fix it right away. Just notice it. That small moment of awareness breaks the old automatic loop. And when you use your tools and come back into regulation, you can choose something different. I have this very sweet little PDF I can give you. It's free. It's called How to Be a Better Friend. They should give this to everyone, honestly. People love this handout. It's simple, it's easy to follow, and I'll put a link to that in the second row of the description section down below this video. So that's how friendship becomes possible again. Not through never-ending effort or superhuman charm, but through calmness and presence. You become visible to others, palpable to them, meaning you can be felt. Your presence is felt. Connection can happen naturally when you're really here. If connection has felt out of reach to you, it's not because you're unlovable or no good or you never will be able to connect. It's because being with people is triggering. We love them and we want them in our lives, but trauma has left our nervous system sensitive and easily dysregulated by simply talking to people and hanging out. That's what it is. Now, luckily, you can learn to re-regulate, and this makes it easier to connect. You can learn to stay present when friendship starts to feel uncomfortable, and you can let connection grow at a human pace. This is what healing looks like, a gradual building of capacity for connection that allows you to be a little more present, to have an easier time actually having fun, and to make it easier for other people to treasure and enjoy your friendship. You need and deserve to have people who get you and who love you, and this is how you can finally feel like you belong. If you like this video, I've got one that you're going to love right here, and I'll see you very soon. Today, what's happening is your own behavior. And the worse you were hurt back then, the more likely it is that you have a pattern of hurting yourself now.